Well, hello everybody. So I am going to be doing a voiceover today because although I did speak on a lot of the clips on this video, I decided to mute them and just do a voiceover because my voice was starting to go because I was starting to come down with something at the beginning of this trip. And although we had a really fantastic time and I was able to enjoy myself, by the time we were done, I was pretty sore with a sore throat, runny nose, sneezing, and all that good fun stuff. A good fun summer cold, you know? So I just decided instead of having you guys put up with listening to me talk like a frog or a frog with something in its throat, it would be just better to do a voiceover. So as you can see, these are some really beautiful clear waters. This is the southern part of Portugal known as the Algarve. Here we went to Albufeira, and we also did end up going down to one of these beaches, but we found a place that was a little more easy access than these particular ones. Although we did go down some of the stairs here to get a closer look, we did not ultimately stay on these beaches. Some of them were having some seaweed issues, but as you can see from my clips, most of them were pretty beautiful. You can also take a boat ride here, like in a group, and there are caves underneath, and there are small beaches under those caves, and a lot of people take advantage of that. We did not do that on this trip, but we did find a little spot on the beach, and I did go in the water, and it was really wonderful. So you can just enjoy these pretty images for now. This is a pretty nice beach right here, and considering all things, there's really not a lot of people down there for such a special little beach. For the most part, the water's pretty clear down there too. You can see a little bit of algae, seaweed, and stuff that is coming into the cove. There were actually a few poster signs talking about that has been a little bit of an issue down in the Algarve with some seaweed creeping in. And if you look at the top here in this picture, you can see the caves. You see the little cutouts there in the rock formations. And here are the kayaks, and those kayaks go in and out of a lot of those rock formations, the caves under the rocks and stuff. And you find cute little beaches like this one all along the coast. So after a pretty day at the beach, we got out of our beach clothes and put all our beach gear away and came down to Albufeira, which is known as quite a party town, but you know, it's good for families early on in the evening, and then as the night gets later, it's more adults mostly hanging out, but you'll always see families too, you know, even late. But there does get to be a pretty ruckus time, lots of drinking going on, lots of enjoyment. You can find anything that you want to eat here, pretty much tacos, fish and chips, steaks, pizza, burgers, vegetarian, pescatarian, any kind of tarian. You can find it down here. And look how pretty those shiny calçadas or marble tiles look with all the light reflecting off of them. Really pretty. I had to mute the track on the video because when I was filming this, I was still talking or trying to talk, and I sounded awful. I mean, we pretty much, when we speak, we listen to ourselves and we always think we sound funny, because I do. But here I am, doing my voiceover. Ice cream. I don't remember, let me think now. What did I end up having? I think I ended up having chicken. So at this point, I figure I might as well just kind of let this video play out. I'll mute it where I have to, where I'm speaking on the track. But right here, you can just kind of hear the bands and the people, get a vibe or a feel for the atmosphere. It's crazy. Every restaurant has like entirely different music going on, and one is just as loud as the other. They have karaoke going on some places. Some places it's just, someone strumming a guitar. In other places it's loud rock. Something for everyone. Of course, the obligatory clothing for sale. I recommend walking around a little bit before you just, stop at the first thing that you see or the first guy that puts a menu in your face, because there really is quite a bit to choose from.
It's kind of nice. These chairs. You're all right.
So that just about wraps up the point of view tour of Albufeira. And then we ended up going the next day over the border into Spain. So you'll see a few clips coming up of the Spanish Plaza in Spain where all their government buildings are. And that was really pretty. So we did spend some time in Seville, which was really nice. This is the ending here of Albufeira. There's breakfast. And after breakfast, we went over to Spain. Look how pretty. It's only about an hour or so drive. And this was a government plaza. And we did come across some pretty things here, some people selling fans, and also the beloved flamenco dancing. So there is a few actual action clips coming up. These were just some still photos. They were the pretty fans, Spanish fans for sale. And here we go with the clips.
Plaza de España, which means the Plaza of Spain. Today I am in Seville, Spain. Just walking around.
I guess my voice was a little bit better. I let that one go. Into the video. Aren't those tiles pretty? Beautiful fountain. In Europe, you need to have good walking shoes. You will walk a lot. Which is great therapy for me these days. For those of you who don't know and just joining today, I broke my leg in Portugal, and it's been a long time of recovery trying to get myself walking like I was before the injury. And I still suffer with some knee issues even 2 years later. So it's therapeutic and also uncomfortable sometimes. And yep, I went up these stairs. Things will pull me, like the music. I heard music. And I'm like, okay, I gotta get over this bridge. I wanna know what that is. Because I had a feeling that it was flamenco. And sure enough, it was. You can't go to Spain and hear free flamenco and not go. That would be wrong. So here we have just some point of view driving around Seville. We found it to be very clean, lots of pretty landscaping, interesting architecture, some really cool bridges and stuff. The streets were pretty wide. Overall, we thought Seville was quite pretty. Although you do have to be careful where you go, like anywhere in the world. We did come across one little area that was questionable. But other than that, we found it to be quite safe, really pretty, nice architecture, very enjoyable. You can see all the pretty designs on the tiled ground. And here you can see how modern the infrastructure is. Lots of people on little scooters, but look at this really nice train. Not bad for a country that's thousands of years old, right? And pretty fountain. So you've got a mix. You've got modern technology working with really pretty old architecture. This back in here is the Royal Palace. Pretty horses and carriages for the tourists to get around on. And we're just driving around some more. I think that the architecture here was interesting with the modern light fixtures, and I was mentioning how I thought they would be probably pretty at night. And you'll see that in a little while because we ended up going back down this street at night and it was pretty. And actually the sign, I was recording that because it says Macarena, and in a horrible, sick voice, I was trying to sing the Macarena, which you really guys didn't want to hear. Double bus. So this structure right here, so interesting. It is the sun umbrella for the city. A lot of work went into this. There is a store there at the bottom, but a nice plaza area. People can walk around. They needed that sun umbrella. It gets really hot in Spain, let me tell you. So, yeah, if you're walking under that, it'll give you a little bit of relief from the sun, and it's pretty cool to look at too. So one of our goals was to come to Costco, believe it or not, because there are no Costcos in Portugal, and we were hoping to find a few American goodies in here. So I went. Before we knew it, we were having a full day, and we went and had some dinner. My husband had some paella, and I had a burger. After we ate, we walked around this plaza. There's always a plaza somewhere. So just to end this up, got a couple more minutes for you of just walking around Spain at night, basically. Which is pretty much like walking around Portugal at night. It's very similar. So if you've been watching all of this time, you are probably just waiting to see these pretty lights at night, because I did mention earlier that they looked pretty. And see that? They do. I don't know, I just thought they were really pretty. If you watched all the way to the end, thanks. We had some good food. That was our lunch in Spain. And we had fun. Although I really wasn't feeling that great, it was still a nice place to visit. So I am feeling better now. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you liked the point of view of Albufeira, Lagos, and Spain. Thanks.